So, we're gonna start with this R.A.P. Ferreira. So he's got this crazy beef with his baby mama. I listen to this guy's music. I do. He actually has like one of the coolest songs this year to come out. Like, I swear to God, like one of the coolest hip hop songs. This shit is called "The Words of the Poem" by R.A.P. Ferreira and Fumitaki Tamura. Dude, this song right here, like, check it. Dude, "The Words of the Poem." This is like some beat poetry turned into hip hop type of shit, dude. Like, it's very unique. But so R.A.P. Ferreira, he posted this response video on Instagram, and we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. So what the accusations are, I'm not entirely sure. I think he expounds in this video a bit, but it looks like his baby mama is actually like crazy, like for real. Like, she's keeping him from his kid and saying that he abducted she abducted the kid. And so let's just
matters have been made public, and I need to address them. I've been okayed by my lawyers to make this statement, and I apologize if my immediate silence is seen as damning, but I'm not willing to do anything that jeopardizes the safety of my family or this case involving my daughter.
I like a Squirtle tattoo.
I'm involved in a legal battle for my daughter. Her mother, Mecca, is a person I have known for 8 years and supported through various travails and battles with violent men. 2 years ago, I paid a total of...
What I do know is he's, I don't know what you call it, non-monogamous. So his girl, this baby mama, like, they're together, but she dates other people, he dates other people, blah, blah, you know.
$20,000 to retain a lawyer for Mecca so she could get custody of her.
But she dates very violent men. That makes me wonder, like, she must, I don't know.
Son from a
why is she with him?
Violent man.
If she's every other man she's with is violent, but Milo's not. I don't think he is.
Also hire her a licensed armed bodyguard to protect her.
That's a crazy dude. Could you imagine you're just like a normal person and you just have like a bodyguard hanging out in your living room while you're folding clothes or something, like an armed bodyguard? Like, what, they just become your bestie and you just start hanging out with them all the time? That sucks, dude.
From her other baby's father, who is now in a county holding facility with $100,000 bond for charges such as felony stalking resulting in bodily harm, felony battery, domestic abuse, posting of private representation without consent, 3 charges of battery, felony second-degree sexual assault, among other things.
Damn.
Mecca moved down to Tennessee to escape all of this last April with our daughter. We rented her a home that she shared with our other partner and children. Things were well for a while. I never lived in this home. We never asked Mecca to pay any bills or rent. We wanted to provide a safe space for her and her children from previous relationships to heal in, and we were committed to this. Mecca absconded with our daughter last November and cut off all contact with me after I fathered a beautiful child in early November with my other partner.
So she was mad that he had a baby with another girl? Is that the deal? But I thought they were non-monogamous.
To be clear, Mecca and I were never married and never in a one-to-one monogamous relationship. I've been doing my best to be compassionate to her and her situation while also prioritizing our daughter's safety. In December, I retained a lawyer. In January, we managed to get her served without knowing where she lived, and I've been putting my faith in the courts to do what's right. She filed a bogus DCS report on me alleging I abused her son in November. I didn't...
Her son or their son? How many kids does she have? I have questions here, brother. I just have questions. I want to know what... Is it their son that he's talking about? Does she have kids with other people? If she has kids with other people, and they're, like what... She seems to be a little off a rocker, if what he's saying is true.
Know about this report until we had her served. DCS and the police investigated these claims, found them to be false, and closed the case. The court
He didn't beat his son.
decided our visitation schedule for the child.
I wonder how they... So he said that the courts investigated the claims and determined that they were false. I wonder what that investigation looks like. Like, they look for evidence and no evidence comes up, so they say that it's false? Or do they dig a little deeper than just like a surface level, oh, there's no evidence? You know, like, what do they mean they determine it's false? Like, how do you like, there's no court of opinion. I mean, there's no, like, jury there to determine whether it's false or not. No jury appears, it's just the cops. I don't know, man.
And Mecca has failed to appear on 3 separate occasions. After not seeing my daughter for a month, I learned through Mecca's...
That's heartbreaking, dude. That's honestly, like, my worst fear, is not being able to see my daughter for a long period of time. Even, like, on a night that I want her, like, I can't imagine not spending every night with my daughter. Like, that is heartbreaking, and it would tear me up.
Attorney notifying mine that Mecca was claiming my 1-year-old daughter had been sexually abused.
By who?
The same day she did this, she was tagged on social media and videos dancing in a club in Milwaukee, thousands of miles away from where she was supposed to meet me to exchange our daughter. Mind you, during this entire process, I have not known where my daughter is, where she lives, who she's around, or how she is being cared for.
A 1-year-old, dude. She's not even just like, oh, my daughter. Like, that's like a baby. You should, you know, it'd be more accurate to call her your baby, because that's a baby, dog. That's so sad.
Because of this, an emergency order was issued by a magistrate in Nashville for me to go get my daughter from North Carolina. I worked with the sheriff's department and learned that she had been evicted from her home. When the sheriff called her, she fled. I returned back to my home.
Dude, what drives people like this? You know, the chaos and the lies. Like, what drives people to put up with that? Like, it'd just be too stressful for me. At the end of the day, like, I'm gonna just give myself up, because I am not dealing with the stress and anxiety of running from the law. And like, especially with a child involved, dude, like, they take that shit so serious. The child endangerment shit. Well, I'd like to imagine they do, at least. I guess there's cases where I'd be completely wrong there, but whatever.
Without my child, and once again I had to put my faith in the courts and the sheriff's department.
That sucks.
4 days ago, our daughter was removed
That's scarier than that.
by DCS and the sheriff's department, given to me by the state, and I am her custodian. I immediately brought my daughter to her lifelong pediatrician, who examined her, and her professional opinion is that my child is totally fine.
So that's good. So he has his daughter. He got his daughter. Pediatrician said she's fine. That makes me happy. You know, everything else they can battle it out in the courts, but he's got his daughter, and he seems to care about her well-being. Like actually taking her to the doctor and shit. So good.
To be clear, I have never sexually assaulted anyone. I have never assaulted any woman or child.
Good.
There's no evidence showing otherwise. She is...
Dude, that'd be crazy to get, like, to get accused of something like that. Especially being, like, a father. Which is, like, from, like, being accused of that kind of shit. Like, the sexual stuff. Because people are looking in plain... Like, people want to look in plain sight for that. They want these stories of, like, oh, it's that guy. I never suspected that guy. And then, so, like, they'll run with it. And, I know that you have to pick and choose the ones that you believe, you know, with your intuition. It's something called intuition. This is believable, dude. This is believable. Where I believe that he didn't. This is believable in the sense that he didn't. His denials are believable. I don't believe that this man assaulted somebody. This isn't like when there's a child involved and throwing dirt on someone's name like this. When there's a child involved, when you're the one that's throwing dirt is the one that's like provably endangering the child. That's a whack. That's when you know to not take it serious. Something like, I don't know, Diddy, before that video came out, even before the Cassie video came out, it's obvious. It's there's something there. It's obvious, dude. Another example, I have no trouble believing that the Destroy Lonely accusations are legit. Not saying that the girlfriend is in the right at all. I believe she hit him too, but he like cracked her head open and shit. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know, obviously, but I'm inclined to take it serious. And I have no hesitation and no problem doing that. I think a lot of dudes just have issues. Like, they just have like this weird inclination to like never take an accusation serious because in the off chance that it might be fake. But wouldn't you rather look like a dummy for taking something that serious, appropriately serious? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'd rather look like the dummy and nothing be... And I'd rather look like a dummy and be wrong than to ignore something and be wrong, if that makes sense.
Orders several times for no reason. She's filed demonstrably false retaliatory claims. I do not wish ill on Mecca, but her actions are the reason the court...
I gotta find more on who's Mecca. I gotta find Mecca's claims. So, I want to see if anybody in here has Mecca's at. Oh, here we go. As someone who doesn't like to know the details of this, what info is out there that should make us lean in one direction or the other? The only other details are from a fundraising campaign created by the woman he shares a daughter with. She says this. Perfect. This is what I was looking for. I, Chloe Mecca Stingley, am writing to you with a heavy heart and a clear plea for help. I seek community support and asking for $7,500 for a retainer fee to immediately hire a specialized domestic violence attorney and cover my travel expenses for the emergency hearing next week in Nashville on July 12, 2024. Immediately hire a specialized domestic violence attorney and cover my travel expenses for the emergency hearing next week. I share daughter Milo Stingley Ferreira with Rory Ferreira, who has committed multiple acts of violence against me and all of my children. So she does have other children with other people. Rory Ferreira physically assaulted my 7-year-old at his record store, Soul Folks Records. Used a deadly weapon. See, like, at his record store, right? Like, where the witnesses there. Like, used a deadly weapon against him and also sexually assaulted me. We lived in Nashville for a few months and fled in November of 23 because of fear of bodily harm and death. Most recently, Rory stalked me to find my protected location in Charlotte and had me served with a warrant to remove our daughter from my care. She is currently 16 months old and still breastfed. I also need to hire a lawyer, $5,000 in North Carolina before July 23rd, 24, because I have filed an order of protection against Rory due to his behavior that inflicts substantial emotional distress by way of stalking, neglect of the daughter. He's literally, didn't he just come and like, he took the daughter. All he wants is the daughter. That's not neglectful. Aggravated child abuse of my son, Rory Stingley, and Rory's history of unlawfully imprisoning me, along with verbal, financial, and sexual abuse. So just like all the abuse under the sun, apparently he has committed. And, just like cast a wide net. Maybe you'll catch something. These funds will allow me to protect my rights, have Milo return to my care, and show cause for change of jurisdiction to North Carolina so Rory can travel here to see it. And show cause for change of jurisdiction to North Carolina so Rory can travel here to see her. A desire from Milo to keep a relationship with a father, but not to the detriment of the health, safety, and well-being of myself or my children. Rory Ferreira is using the court system to harass me with litigation abuse. So it did feel like he was quick to turn to legal matters. I wouldn't call it harassment per se, but I did feel like he was quick to draw that. I lost it. God damn it. That legal weapon. Well, I felt that. I don't know. That's just something I felt. I wasn't even going to comment on it, but she mentioned it here. So he's a little trigger happy, but he's worried about his daughter, I guess. 16-month-old daughter, like a little petty. I don't know. This is why you stay in monogamous relationships, people. Yeah, in my opinion. These funds will allow me to protect my rights. We heard that. Using the court system to harass me with litigation, abuse fueled by false allegations as a form of retaliation for me escaping from him and the domestic violence that was perpetrated in Nashville during 23. She's asking for $22,000 in total. Oh, I thought it was $7,000. Damn, $22,000 in total because I need to hire lawyers in 2 different states. This is after this man paid $20,000 to like hire a body. This man as a rep, Ferreira, like according to him, paid $20,000 to give her a bodyguard and shit. I don't know, dude. She's asking for another $22,000. Like, I can't imagine asking for $20,000 from anybody, or even getting $20,000 from somebody. I don't know. That's a big goal. I'm asking for $22,000 total because I need to hire lawyers in 2 different states, travel, and have enough funds to care for myself and my children during these lengthy custody cases. Dude, this is why you stay monogamous, dude. I'm just gonna say, like, point blank case, bada boom, bada bing, dude. Lawyers, 2 different states, babies, baby daddies, baby mamas, kidnappings. This is a mess, dude. I am in awe and infinite gratitude for the response and love shown to my family during this time. Each of you are my angels here on earth. I don't know if it's worth noting, but it used to say 44,000 instead of 22,000. Damn, so she... It said 44,000. Maybe it was a typo. Oh, wait, let's see here. Also not someone who's been following it super closely, but Milo seems to have some vague accusations that have followed him around for years, and he's associated with some folks that have worse and more credible allegations, namely bus driver. Having said that, it does seem that the legal process has been working to his favor so far in this particular saga, which is something, although everyone knows the legal system gets a lot of these things wrong. All we can say for sure is that it's messy as hell and hard to know what's true and what isn't. At even more base level, Milo has always been a bit of a pervert. I love the early stuff, but he did have questionable attitudes towards women. Not to say that any of these things here are true at all, but he's always been kind of questionable, very terminally online for a long time of questionable paired with being pretty dramatic in an indie boy way. It does not surprise me that there's always been vague things. Would agree, except I do feel he's evidently progressed, evolved immensely as a human through his rap career. Going into the rap Ferreira phase, he made it clear it was kind of a break from previous music/image because he felt he'd become a different person, and Milo was rooted in things that he doesn't identify with or believe in anymore. IMO, he's really become an almost absurdly intrinsically motivated dude committed to wholesome self-expression empowerment. I wouldn't doubt he has some past, maybe gross mistakes, but they were likely based on values not instilled in his youth. And it feels he's genuinely grown. This is a nice comment. Optimist go. You are optimistic. I don't know much about Milo's past. I don't know. I didn't listen to him until 2020. Like, literally didn't even hear about him until 2020. Became a fan in 2020, but was never a fan during his Milo phase. This does seem to be that I don't necessarily take this video as like, oh, he's 100% on the right here. I don't know. It's just like a weird situation. Like to even get wrapped up in a situation like this is weird. Sorry, it's just weird. So I don't know. I mean, all of her other boyfriends are abusive, but you're not. I don't know, dude.
The sheriff's department and DCS removed our child from her care. Our litigation is still pending, and I ask all concerned.
But he is fucking her in the courts right now. I mean, like, she is just getting railed by the courts right now. It seems like. I guess I don't know. Maybe rail is too strong of a word, but I don't know, dude. It seems to be she's losing this one.
Parties to postpone their judgment until the courts do. Thank you. Peace, world.
Is that it?
Private matters have...
Okay. So, that's it for now. I hope the children are okay. It sounds like the daughter is in Milo's hands, and I feel like Milo is a good dad, for all I know.